that one, but 2 games on Sunday, Luke Arcani.
For the tie, the 2-point conversion. Lamar takes the snap, rolls to the right, throws, complete. No!
He
Dropped it. Mark Andrews hit him in the hands. And Mark Andrews dropped it as he fell into the end zone.
One of the most sure-handed players the Ravens in Ravens history dropped it, hitting him right in the hands.
Luke Arcani. Now, you just put out a video. I'm so thankful that you did. At Fox PHL Game, we're on socials. Great job. Last night, I don't know. I was sitting on the couch. I stumbled into something, and I put up a poll. All right. Now, I'm not here to tell you that a Twitter poll, especially this day and age, is anything worth a damn. But this morning when I woke up and I looked, and I put the poll up for 12 hours, whatever it was, and I wanted it specifically so I would have it ready to go for the show here today. So essentially stopped at noon today. And 69% of the people that voted on this poll, and again, it's a Twitter poll. You take what you want out of this. It's a 1.5 spread right now on DraftKings Sportsbook. The Kansas City Chiefs, who are in their 7th AFC Championship game, 7th in a row. 7 in a row. Taking on the Buffalo Bills, who they own in the playoffs. They're a 1.5 favorite at home. And 69% of the people, voted Buffalo Bills plus 1.5. Nope. What in the world are those people talking about? What am I missing here?
It's a biased vote because people hate Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift, and I'm telling you right now, it's literally what it is.
She's fatigue. That's what it is. You're telling me.
If I'll tell you this, if you handed every one of those people a free $100, okay, and you said, put a bet, you not who you want to win. You have to hit a bet, right? If you give them a free $100, I guarantee you 80% of that 69% would flip to the Chiefs.
Flip it.
They just don't want the Chiefs to win. And I think the issue right now, and I think a good portion of that sort of poll is, I think a lot of people think this has a chance to be a 1-point game. Like it's been a lot. And
do you think the spread comes into that poll?
I think it could. I think a lot of people think it could be one of these close, 24-23 Chiefs wins.
Chiefs minus 125, Bills plus 105. Now I wish I just went money line, but anyways, I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs until it's not the Chiefs. That's what I've told myself for the last 23 games when they are 22-1. It's simply just it's the Chiefs until it's not. It has to be. You can dive into Josh Allen X and O's and top DVOA XYZ, whatever stat you want to throw at me. And then I just promise you Patrick Mahomes will get the ball back with a minute and a half left in the game, and they'll drive down the field and they'll kick a field goal and they'll win the game. It just happens every time. And the Bills beat them in the regular season. I promise you I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. It's just different. It's different in January, and it's simply just the fact that it's Mahomes, Kelsey, and Andy Reid in another AFC Championship game. Listen, I want the Bills to win. Like I really. Well,
that was my next question.
I really want the Bills to win.
Why?
I said this in my video. I want an Eagles-Bills Super Bowl. I want it really bad.
Really?
And I want Josh Allen to get to a Super Bowl. I'm not like, listen, I've always said this about sports, and I think a lot of people, they've gotten tired of that Warriors run in the late 2010s, and they got tired of watching the Patriots, and they got tired of watching the Astros. I have always been on the other side of that. I love watching dynasties. I think it's cool. If it's not my team, I think it's cool for it to be a dynasty. I'm not going to lie. Every single time the Patriots were in the Super Bowl, up until they played us, I always rooted for the Patriots.
Ooh,
Like
I don't know about that.
I just enjoyed watching Dynasties. I love it. I always rooted for the Warriors. Like
Could not.
I
No,
enjoy
I'm
I
on the
enjoy watching Dynasties. I do.
I am on the complete opposite side of that. Now, the Warriors
Falcons.
were different. The Warriors were different because they were lovable with Steph. Steph changed everything, right? With that. Yankees hated the
I
Yankees.
don't like the Yankees.
Patriots hated the Patriots. Now, Jordan was my young days, so it is what it is. You're never going to get that out of me. But even the Cavs, like I was a LeBron fan, and I'm like, all right, anybody else, please come on down. So you are, wow, you are pro to
I'm pro
these
Dynasty.
these franchises going on ridiculous runs, even though they are not featuring our teams. Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Always
on the
have
other
been.
side now.
But I also I want the Bills to win. And
Okay.
I know that's kind of countering what I just said about the Dynasties, but I want Josh Allen to finally beat Mahomes. I just don't think it's going to happen.
It's
I don't
happened in the
think it's gonna
regular
happen.
season. Josh Allen versus the Chiefs, in fact, is 4-1 record in the regular season with a 25.8 points per game for his Buffalo Bills. 13 total touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. But when the clock strikes January, 0-3 record, 28 points per game, still over 342 yards. That goes into something we were talking about earlier, where it's like, hey, man, even though you're losing, you're still doing better on the stats. It makes sense. It evens itself out. 9 total touchdowns, only 1 turnover, but 0-3. And it's not so much, as you just pointed out, with Josh Allen there. It's credit all the way through and through to this Kansas City Chiefs team, from Andy Reid to Spags to Mahomes. Maybe you could probably put Mahomes at the top of the chart, right? But who am I? Kelsey, defensive plays made at the right time, special teams coming through. This team just knows how to win. The winning formula, there it is. That's the standard, right? Everybody that's hiring these new head coaches, these terrible franchises, like, yeah, that's the standard right there. Can you do what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing? Any way that, whether keeping the noise out of the building, getting rid of those players that continue to be the look at me types of guys. Like, you got to remove yourself from those players, which the Jets, I want to talk a little bit later about Aaron Rodgers. What do you do now that they have a head coach? But putting that to the side, that's the standard. So that's where we're at right now. I look at this game and I'm having a hard time saying that the Bills are going to come away with this win. There have been plenty of other games that I've looked at that I've said, you know what, the Chiefs are going to lose. The Super Bowl against the Eagles specifically. I have taken the Chiefs plenty of times in the playoffs, and they've come out on top. But there have been times where I've said, you know what, the Chiefs are going to lose this game. And putting the playoffs to the side, I had them to open up the season 2 years ago against the Detroit Lions. I had the Lions going into Arrowhead and winning that game, and they did. And those results are few and far between. And I'm just looking at this game going, you have another trip to the Super Bowl on the line. How the hell are the Chiefs going to lose this one? I'm having such a hard time picking the Bills here, and I won't do it because exactly what you just said. You just can't pick against the Chiefs.